We are in lesson 328, which is going to be a spelling dictation lesson. I'm going to dictate words to you that contain the vowel group 6 teams that appear on this screen. A vowel group 6 team is when two vowels join together, form a team, and the first vowel does not say its name. As you recall, vowel group 4 says that two vowels join together, form a team, and the first vowel represents its long sound, such as in the word rain, where AI represents the long A sound. But there is an entire other group of vowel teams where the first vowel does not represent its long sound. When you encounter one of those teams, underline it and put a 6 under it. Now you have to memorize the sounds that these teams represent. It's easy to remember the sound for the vowel group 4 teams. It's the name of the first vowel in the team. But with vowel group 6, these teams all represent a different sound. Let's review them right now. AU represents the sound aw, as in August. AW represents the same sound aw, as in saw. We use the team AU at the beginning or in the middle of the word to represent the sound aw, but we use AW when that sound is found at the end of the word. OI and OY represent the same sound oi, as in oil and boy. And again, OI at the beginning of the word or in the middle of the word, we use OI. At the end of the word, we use OY. Finally, OO represents two sounds. The first sound is the sound you hear in the word boot, oo. The second sound for OO, which is not nearly as frequent, is as in foot. When OO represents its second sound, you double underline the OO team. And the way to remember the difference in the two sounds is remember the two key words. The primary sound for OO is oo, as in boot. And what do you put in a boot? A foot. And that's the second sound for OO, the OO sound in that word, which is So it's oo, one line under it, two lines under it. I'm now going to dictate to you 6 rows of words that contain one of these teams that you see on this screen. We begin with row 1, coil, coil. Coil the rope over here on the banister. Coil, 3 sounds, k, oi, ul. Coil. Hoof, hoof. The horse's hoof is sore. Hoof, 3 sounds, h, f, hoof. Now here, OO is representing its second sound, It's not hoof, it's hoof. The next word is joy. Joy. We had a great deal of joy to see you. Joy. 2 sounds, j, oi. Joy. Loom. Loom. The deadline for the paper will loom in front of you. Loom, loom. His presence continues to loom over the house. Loom. 3 sounds. Ol, oo, loom. Foot, foot. My foot is sore. Foot. 3 sounds. F, t. Foot. Here, OO represents its second sound, Row 2. Crawl. Crawl. The baby is still learning to crawl. Crawl. 4 sounds, k, r, aw, ul. Crawl. Drool. Drool. My dog will drool on the carpet. Drool. 4 sounds, d, r, oo, ul. Drool. Broom. Broom. Place the broom in the closet. Broom. 4 sounds. B, r, oo, broom. Cook, cook. I like to cook. Cook. 3 sounds. K, k, cook. Here, oo represents its second sound, It's not kook, it's cook. Haul, haul. I've come to haul the trash. Haul. 3 sounds. H, aw, ul. Haul. Row 3. Point, point. I will point you in the right direction. Point. 4 sounds. P, oi, n, t. Point. Coop, coop. The chickens flew in the coop. Coop. 3 sounds. K, oo, p. Coop. Launch, launch. I will launch the newspaper's first edition tomorrow. Launch. 4 sounds. L, aw, n, ch. Launch. Booth, booth. The ticket booth was closed. Booth. 3 sounds. B, oo, th. Booth. Hood, hood. He wore a hood on his head. Hood. 3 sounds. H, d. Hood. Here, the word is pronounced hood. If oo were representing its first sound, we would say hood, but it's hood. Row 4. Look, look. Look both ways before you cross the street. Look. 3 sounds. L, k. Look. Fault, fault. This is no one's fault. Fault. 4 sounds. F, aw, ul, t. Fault. Stood, stood. She stood in the playground all by herself. Stood. 4 sounds. S, t, d. Stood. Again, the word is pronounced stood. If oo were representing its first sound, it would be pronounced stewed. Took, took. He took everything he could. Took. 3 sounds. T, k. Took. Ploy, ploy. This maneuver is just a ploy to trick us. Ploy. 3 sounds. P, ul, oi. Ploy. Row 5. Brook, brook. There is a pleasant brook that runs behind the building. Brook. 4 sounds. B, r, k. Brook. Broil, broil. I will broil the fish for dinner. Broil. 4 sounds. B, r, oi, ul. Broil. Crook, crook. That man is a crook. Crook. 4 sounds. K, r, k. Crook. Soon, soon. Soon we will all be together. Soon. 3 sounds. S, oo, n. Soon. Shook, shook. I'm all shook up. Shook. 3 sounds. Sh, k. Shook. So here you know the oo is representing its second sound because we can pronounce it both ways, and then it's easy to figure out which is the correct way. If oo were representing its first sound, it would be pronounced shook. But it's not pronounced that way, it's shook. So we double underline the oo. Our final row, tooth, tooth. My tooth is hurting. Tooth. 3 sounds. T, oo, th. Tooth. Bawl, bawl. The baby will bawl all night. Bawl. 3 sounds. B, aw, ul. ball. Now this word, of course, the most common use of the word ball is B-A-L-L, which means the circular object that you throw. And in English, we have lots of words where you can pronounce the word the same, but they're spelled differently and have different meanings. We call those homophones, and this is one such example. In this meaning, it refers to crying. The next word is moon. Moon. The moon is full tomorrow. Moon. 3 sounds. M, U, N. Moon. Smooth. Smooth. He is very smooth with people. Smooth. 4 sounds. S, M, U, th. Smooth. Here, TH is representing its second sound. TH represents 2 sounds. The first sound for TH is as in thumb. But the second sound TH represents, we call this the voice sound because we vibrate the vocal cord when we produce the sound, is th, as in the word the. So when TH represents the sound th, we double underline the TH team. And our final word is book. Book. That was an interesting book. Book. 3 sounds. B, k. Book. This completes the dictation of words from lesson 328.